Pokemon Home contains special Pokedexes for each of the mainline games on the Nintendo Switch. A very known fact these days due to recent gift shinies given out through their completion. I always had these done as early as I could, purely in the name of completion. I need the dexes to be as complete as possible. However, there was always a glaring omission. Alongside all of the mainline games, Pokemon Home also has a Pokedex for Go. Unlike the main games, Go to Home is a one-way transfer, so once you send them in, they're not going back. This matters due to Home's finite space. For the other games, whatever Pokemon that aren't being used in my living dex are stored in their game of origin, but that's just not possible here. So the Go Pokemon will either need to be stored in Home, or split up and stored among a variety of titles. Completing the Home Go Dex is something I really put off for a long time, and I'm only jumping on it now due to the news that Pokemon Go might be sold to a different company. I don't overly enjoy the decisions that are currently being made with the game right now, and while this sale could mean it could get better, it could also mean it could get a whole lot worse, so it really seems that now is just the perfect time to finally lock in and grind it all out. Alright, if I want to finally complete this intimidating behemoth of a task, I need to heavily plan out my course of action. First up is probably the most important part, and that's charting out how to complete the dex with as few transfers as possible. I could transfer Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise separately, and then have to find a place to store 3 different Pokemon, or I could transfer a Squirtle, put it into Scarlet, evolve it into Wartortle, put it back into Home, then put it back into Scarlet, evolve it into Blastoise, and return it to Home again. This way allows for 3 entries for the cost of 1 box slot. So it was time to spreadsheet, as babies and later gen evolutions don't make this super straightforward. The second step is determining which Pokemon to send from Go to Home. For some people this might be a harder step due to not having all the Pokemon in Go, however that's not really the case for me. Despite some commenters believing I just have a pure hatred for Go, I've actually been a fairly regular player since the day it came out. So, through the 7+ years of playing, I have an almost complete Pokedex in Go, and a bit of a Pokemon hoarding problem, so I had to decide who made the cut and spend a lot of time transferring them all to Home. Before moving on, there's a few notes I want to make. Before starting the transfers, I had 51 Pokemon already registered in my Home Go Dex. I have transferred in a couple Community Day shinies here and there just for the Meltan box. I've also gotten some from Wonder Trade and the GTS by pure chance, including a Lunala, which makes the Cosmog line a hell of a lot easier. And not too long ago, a very kind person on Reddit gave away a bunch of Go marked Skiddo, which is typically locked to in-person events, so I just happened to luck into one of the hardest lines to get right off the bat. Oh, if you're enjoying the video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Doing so really helps out the channel, and it is greatly appreciated. Now that we have transferred all of our Pokemon into Home, it's time to evolve. And to start, we are going with Scarlet, thanks to having the fastest leveling due to my XP candy surplus and the ability to turn off learning moves. One of the evolutions we have to do in Scarlet and Violet is Gimmighoul, who requires the 999 coins to evolve. And I had one. Genuinely, I had a single coin. Thanks to my commenters, I've learned that there's a guy that holds the overflow coins of when you get some and your stock is full. He had 26, so I had to go fight every Gimmighoul chest in Paldea, and due to some not super lucky RNG, only ended up with just over 700 coins. So I have to put a pin in this to come back to it later. Oh, and before moving on, I think it's important to note that while going around looking for the Gimmighouls, I found a random shiny Hoppip. Okay. Hello? Howdy? Okay. Oh, it's got a mark and it's bigger than average? Okay, this was completely random. Let's go. So, in this specific version of Scarlet, I found both shiny Jumpluff and shiny Hoppip now. That's wild. Ooh, the intense mark. I really didn't expect this to be the video where I'd end up getting a shiny, but this is only just the beginning. The next stop is in Legends Arceus to just quickly evolve the exclusives in certain ones where it's just easier, like the trait evolutions and certain friendship evolutions. While grinding the friendship, I stumbled into the second shiny of the grind, a shiny Stantler. Alright. Alright. We're back. We're back. I'm still just working. I'm moving on to Legends Arceus. And another green shiny. That I feel like should have been a back shot. A back strike. I'm cutting that. Okay. Don't run. Oh no. That's what we saved. I did save, right? God. If I lost so much progress, I'll be crying. The fucking friendships just take so fucking long. They just take fucking forever. It's back. Oh, let's go. We did it. Yeah. Ooh. Alright. Alright, well, there's that. Shiny 2 of this fucking secured. I have done so much in Legends Arceus, and this is only like my third or fourth truly random shiny in this game. So it was pretty exciting. After Legends, we come to Sword and Shield. And I truly mean both Sword and Shield, as I had to do the rest of the trait evolutions that aren't in Hisui. And man, what a pain it was to connect 2 of my Sword and Shield save files to trade, but eventually I got it all figured out, alongside all of the other evolutions I needed to take care of in the Galar region. Not wanting to leave Gholdengo out of the video, I returned to the grind a couple days later to hopefully see if some chests would respawn. One did. Specifically, only one. So I, for whatever dumb reason, decided to spend hours searching for the roaming Gimmighouls when I can't even hear them due to just playing through my capture card. Not wanting to waste hard drive space, I obviously didn't record the hours of just scouring the region, but I had a few moments that did end up getting captured. Sorry, I just ran into a shiny Go-Go. I just turned a corner and there's fucking Go-Go. I didn't have my fucking set up. I missed my holy shit pop-off. This is my third shiny I have gotten while grinding the Pokemon Go evolutions. Oh my fucking god. I just ran into a shiny Citadel. Okay, shiny number 4. I am now tied for shinies that I got in the fucking big video. No fucking way. Shiny Tarantula. No! The Spidops encountered me and the shiny Tarantula's running away! No! Don't despawn yourself! Don't despawn! He's fucking running! No fucking way. No fucking way I just found another shiny. No way. No fucking way, bro. No fucking way. I really should just keep our fucking recording going, I guess. But like, god damn. That was a silly, like, shiny animation, but I don't overly care. 5 shinies showed up while looking for coins. 5. Never would I have thought that a video about completing the Codex in home would be among the top for amount of shinies I've found in a single video, having a whopping 7 random shinies show up. And not only that, but all 7 are shinies I do not have in the mainline games. After over 5 hours of searching, I finally got my final coin and was finally able to evolve my Gimmighoul. All that remains now is the cleanup. These are the select few Pokemon that I need to evolve in the Faithful Remake's Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, as well as the ones I missed when evolving in the other games. So it's just a quick visit to each region to bring this grind to a close. Kabuto and Let's Go, Wynot and Shield, Charcadet and Violet, 8 Pokemon in BDSP, including a trade evolution for Clamperl, and then Roselia and Stantler in Legends. All of the evolving is finished, and my Codex is nearing completion. That's right, it's not completed, just merely nearing completion. Outside of the obvious reason of Go constantly adding more Pokemon, there's also the transferring limitations. To send a Pokemon from Go to home, you need to use transporter energy. For most normal Pokemon, the cost is super minimal, but legendaries and shinies really take up a good chunk, and a Pokemon being over a certain CP also raises the cost. Shiny legendaries and mythicals even take a full entire energy bar. Now, the energy does recharge on its own, taking a full week to fully recharge from empty, or if you're in a rush, you can spend coins to speed it up. I refuse to pay to get all of my legendaries into home for this video, nor am I going to sit on this for like a month and a half to be able to say it's as full as possible. Kanto Pokemon can be sent to Let's Go to avoid spending transporter energy, and so that's what I did for the legendaries and the shiny Kabuto. I have slowly been transferring them in while I worked on this video, as well as some other Pokemon I didn't transfer initially. I originally kept the elemental monkeys in Go to them being my only ones and not being in any of the Switch games, but I realized it doesn't really matter if they sit unused in Go or home. I also remembered to transfer a male Salandit, and the Unova Tour pre-event started while working on this so I could add Bouffalant and Sigilith. I also want to specially note my Badoo, who I worked really hard to hatch during the Sinnoh Tour, getting it right near the end after way too much walking. This is all just to say that if you've noticed weird new additions during the Dex update scrolls, this is why. As of the making of this video, the Codex in home caps out at 870 Pokemon, over double of any other Dex. My current count is 814. I have 48 legendaries and Ultra Beasts waiting to transfer over, which will bring me up to 862, meaning I'm only missing 8 Pokemon overall. Hawlucha, Klefki, Comfey, and Stonejourner are all regional Pokemon who have yet to have worldwide release events. Salazzle, which requires the rare female Salandit, alongside Trudel and its evolution Grafaiai, are exclusive to 12km eggs, so I've just been slowly grinding away to try and get those 3. And finally, I will be missing Poipole, who I've only ever gotten one of in Go, and I already evolved it a while ago, so I'm stuck waiting for it to come back. You may have noticed that none of the mythicals are in the Codex, not even Meltan and Melmetal, so if you take on this Herculean task, you don't have to move your sole copy of any given mythical Pokemon. There's also 2 Pokemon that are in the home Codex that can't be transferred over. Zygarde, which is heavily tied to the Roots feature in Go, is barred from transferring, and good ol' Spinda is also blocked. Due to having a small collection of preset patterns in Go, instead of the normal 4,294,967,295 patterns that it does in the main games. Even outside of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Spinda continues to haunt me. Alright, I think that's really all there is to say on the subject. I will obviously keep transferring in the legendaries as the transporter energy builds up over the next few weeks, and I will stay on top of whatever new additions that pop up. The progress updates will probably be included in the Dex's updates whenever those happen. Granted, it's been and will still be a while due to the large amount of times between the Scarlet Violet DLC and Legends Z to A. Heck, maybe it'll be over 900 by then. Okay, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Big Blast 99, and I hope you have yourselves a goddamn good one.